So there's a saying that the Dhamma guards those who live in line with it. And sometimes we might wonder what that means. And recently I read this really great story that I think is a really good example of this. And about 20 years ago, there was a huge tsunami that hit Southeast Asia, and it killed many people in many different countries in Southeast Asia. And after that tsunami, there was a newspaper article that was written in Sri Lanka with this story of this man. And it's quite I find it a very moving story. And basically the story is that before the tsunami hit, there was this old Sri Lankan man who lived on the coast in Sri Lanka, and every day he would clean up his little section of the beach and allow these crocodiles to come and sunbathe on his beach. And so he would kind of look after the beach and keep it free from debris, and sometimes he would even feed the crocodiles and kind of look after them. And when the tsunami hit Sri Lanka, the old man was washed out into the water, and he was struggling to keep from drowning. And as he was struggling, then suddenly this big log appeared, and he grabbed onto this log and just held onto it so that he wouldn't drown. And he ended up holding onto this log for several hours, floating through this mass of water. And after a few hours, he finally came to like a bridge where there were some rescuers who were pulling people out of the water. And when they pulled the old man out, everyone was shocked to realize that it wasn't actually a log that he was holding onto, it was a crocodile. And this crocodile had saved him, had allowed him to hold on to him for a very long time. And I think this is really a great example of the power of virtue and goodness. When we really look after our own internal goodness and the virtue within ourselves, that has a way of coming back to help us, when we really need it. It has a way of coming back to protect us when we're in danger. And knowing about crocodiles are well known for attacking people, sometimes eating people. Hearing this story, it's hard to imagine that a crocodile would ever let somebody do that. It's hard to imagine that didn't have something to do with the previous goodness that he had shown towards them. So this is really a great story that shows the power of virtue and power of goodness. It has the power even to soften the heart of the crocodile. So I'll offer this for reflection this morning.